The summer sun hung low over Maple Street, casting golden light on the twin houses where Beau and I grew up. At 11, we were inseparable, neighbors, best friends, partners in crime. Beau, with his messy brown hair and quiet grin, taught me how to skip stones at the creek. I showed him how to climb the oak in my backyard. Our families were close, Sunday barbecues, shared holiday dinners. In our small Vermont town, everyone knew Amy Harper and Beau Callahan were destined for forever. Junior year of high school changed everything. Beau asked me to prom, his hands shaky, a daisy from his mom's garden tucked in his pocket. I said yes, heart soaring. We started dating, his steady presence grounding my restless spirit. He was devout, his faith a quiet strength. I was the dreamer, sketching stories in notebooks. College loomed, and we chose state together, English for me, engineering for him. Prom night, under a canopy of stars, he whispered, "You're my home, Amy." I believed him. Everyone did, our parents, friends, even old Mrs. Jenkins at the diner, who'd slip us free milkshakes, saying, "You two are the real deal." At state, Beau struggled. Socially reserved, he leaned on me while I thrived, clicking with a group of girls in my lit classes, Tracy, Stephanie, and Lauren. They were bold, city-smart, their laughter infectious. Beau, with his small-town manners and Sunday church habits, didn't fit their vibe. "He's sweet, but slow," Tracy said once, sipping coffee. "You could do better, Amy. He'll drag you back to Hicksville, pop out kids, and trap you." I laughed it off, but their words planted seeds. Beau sensed it, his eyes clouding when I'd ditch study nights for parties. "They don't get me," he'd say. I'd hug him, promising nothing would change. I was wrong. My 21st birthday was supposed to be magical. Beau planned a quiet dinner, but Tracy and Stephanie insisted on a bar crawl. "Ditch the preacher boy," Stephanie teased. I compromised, inviting Beau along. He came, uncomfortable in the neon-lit chaos, sipping soda while I laughed with the girls. At midnight, Tracy pulled me aside, her face serious. "Amy, we saw Beau with another girl last week. At the library, all cozy." Stephanie nodded, eyes wide. "He's cheating, girl. You deserve better." I froze, the music pounding in my skull. Beau, cheating? My Beau, who prayed before meals and carried my books. I stormed over, vodka fueling my rage. "Are you cheating on me?" I screamed. The bar quieted, eyes on us. Beau's face hardened, not with guilt but anger. "You believe them without asking me? They've been poisoning you, Amy. I thought you were smarter." I shouted, "Just admit it." He stepped back, voice cold. "If you take their word over mine, we're done." He walked out, leaving me shaking. I didn't chase him. Tracy hugged me, whispering, "You're free now." For the rest of college, Beau was a ghost. He ignored me in halls, his gaze slicing through me. He didn't date, just worked, studied, and graduated early. I threw myself into the college experience, dates, parties, hookups I now regret. My friends set me up with frat boys, artists, anyone but Beau. I told my mom he'd cheated, and the gossip spread, straining Beau's relationship with his mom, Ellen, who'd adored me. I didn't look back, convinced I'd dodged a bullet. I was a fool. Graduation came and went, a blur of caps and gowns. I moved to Burlington, landing a job as a copywriter, trying to build a life. My college friends followed, crashing at my apartment, their party vibe exhausting me. At 23, I was done with late nights and cheap wine. One evening, Tracy, tipsy, snapped, "You're such a stick in the mud, Amy. We broke you up with Beau for this? To watch you mope?" I froze, glass in hand. "What did you say?" Stephanie, giggling, spilled the truth. "It was so easy. We told you he cheated, and you ate it up. Beau was holding you back." My stomach churned. They'd lied, orchestrated it all, and I'd fallen for it. I kicked them out, their laughter echoing as they left. Alone, I sobbed, the weight of my mistake crushing me. Beau hadn't cheated. I'd thrown away my soulmate for nothing. I called my mom, tears choking my words. I was wrong about Beau. They lied. She sighed, "Oh, Amy." I told her to tell Ellen, hoping to undo some damage. Mom later confirmed it helped. Ellen and Beau reconciled, though he was furious when she admitted sabotaging his later relationships, thinking Amy might return. I couldn't stop thinking about Beau. His cold eyes in that bar, his promise kept. I wrote draft after draft of emails, apologies, please, simple hellos, never sending them. Beau was a mystery now, off social media, his life a blank. I dated sporadically, but no one compared. At night, I'd replay our prom, his whisper, "You're my home." I'd lost that, and the guilt was a stone in my chest. My friend's betrayal wasn't just a prank, it had rewritten my life. 6 years later, at 29, I visited my parents in our hometown, the familiar streets a mix of comfort and pain. At the grocery store, grabbing apples for Mom's pie, I turned a corner and froze. There was Beau, taller, broader, but unmistakably him, pushing a cart. A woman, petite with warm eyes, walked beside him, a toddler giggling in the seat. Beau's son, 2 years old, with his dad's grin. My heart lurched, jealousy, rage, despair, love, all at once. He didn't see me, or so I thought, laughing as his wife pointed at cereal. I ducked behind a display, breath shallow, watching them vanish down the aisle. Back at Mom's, I spilled everything. "He's married, Mom. He has a kid. And I still want him." She stirred her tea, voice gentle but firm. "Chickens come home to roost, Amy. Don't make trouble for Beau." Her words stung, but I couldn't shake the need to speak to him, to apologize, to know he was okay. That night, I found an old photo of us at prom, Beau's arm around me, and cried. I wasn't proud of wanting him back, knowing he had a family, but the regret was a fire I couldn't douse. I searched online, finding nothing but a vague mention of Beau's engineering firm in town. No social media, no trace. Mom shared what she knew from Ellen. Beau had married 3 years ago, a teacher named Clara, and their son, Liam, was their world. Ellen was thrilled, though she'd nearly lost Beau over her meddling. I sat up late, laptop glowing, and wrote an email. "Hi Beau, it's Amy. I'm so sorry for our breakup, for believing lies, for the family fallout. I'd love to catch up over coffee when I'm in town. Just to hear about your life." I hit send, heart pounding, hoping for closure, maybe more. The next morning, my phone pinged at 6:43 a.m. An email from Beau. My hand shook as I opened it. "Amy, I forgave you years ago. I hope you're doing well, but I have to say no to coffee or catching up. My wife and I have a rule, no hanging out with exes. I hope you understand." His words were kind but final, a door firmly shut. I read it again, tears welling. He'd forgiven me, but he didn't want me in his life. I typed a reply, desperate, "Beau, I totally get it. Could Clara come along? I just want to apologize in person." I sent it, but hours passed with no response. By evening, I knew he wouldn't write back. I drove to the creek where we'd skipped stones as kids, the water glinting under the noon sun. Sitting on a rock, I let myself feel it all, grief for what I'd lost, shame for wanting him still, relief that he was happy. Beau had built a life without me, and I had to let him. My mom's words echoed, "Don't make trouble." She was right. Chasing him would hurt Clara, Liam, maybe even Beau. I'd caused enough pain. That night, I called my best friend, Mia, who'd stayed neutral through college. "You did the right thing reaching out," she said. "But his answer is closure, Amy. You apologized. Now live for you." Her words settled me, but the ache lingered. I looked at old photos, us at the creek, prom, a college picnic. Beau's smile was the same, now lighting up Liam's face. I didn't hate Clara, I envied her. But I couldn't undo the past. Months passed, the sting of Beau's email fading into a dull ache. I threw myself into work, pitching a novel to publishers, my old dream rekindled. My apartment became a haven, bookshelves, candles, a desk by the window. I joined a writing group, their feedback sharpening my voice. Mia dragged me to yoga, laughing when I tripped over my mat. Slowly, I rebuilt, not the Amy who'd loved Beau, but a new one, stronger, clearer. I stopped checking Beau's hometown for news, stopped drafting unsent emails. My mom shared updates sparingly. Beau's firm was thriving, Liam was starting preschool. I smiled, genuinely happy for him. The guilt remained, but it didn't define me. I wrote a short story about a girl who lost her first love to lies, pouring my regret into fiction. It got published in a local magazine, readers emailing me, "This felt so real." It was. Therapy helped, too. My counselor, Dr. Lee, asked, "What does closure mean to you?" I thought of Beau's email, his forgiveness. "Letting him be, and letting me grow," I said. She nodded. "You're doing that." I started dating again, a quiet guy named Ethan, a librarian with kind eyes. It wasn't Beau's fire, but it was gentle, real. I didn't compare them, a victory in itself. One day, walking past a bookstore, I saw a flyer for a grief writing workshop. I signed up, sharing my story, not just Beau, but Tracy and Stephanie, the lies, the years lost. A woman, Lila, shared her own betrayal, her ex-best friend's sabotage. We grabbed coffee after, bonding over scars. "You're not your mistakes," she said. I believed her. My past wasn't a chain, it was a map to who I'd become. A year after seeing Beau, I stood at the creek again, the water colder, the oaks bare. I was 30, my novel under contract, Ethan's hand in mine some nights. Beau was a memory, not a wound. I'd learned to carry the regret without letting it steer me. Mom called, mentioning Beau's second child, a daughter. "He's happy, Amy," she said. I smiled, no pang. "I'm happy for him." And I was. I kept writing, my blog now a space for stories of love, loss, and redemption. Readers sent letters, a man who'd lost his fiancée to rumors, a woman who'd trusted the wrong friends. "Your honesty saved me," one wrote. I spoke at a local library, sharing my journey, not as a victim, but a survivor. "Mistakes don't end you," I told the crowd. "They teach you who you are." A teen asked, "How do you forgive yourself?" I paused. "By living better than your worst day." I didn't need Beau's coffee, his forgiveness already given. I'd apologized, owned my part, and that was enough. Tracy and Stephanie were ghosts, their betrayal a lesson in trust. I sent Ellen a card, thanking her for loving Beau, wishing her well. She didn't reply, but I didn't need her to. My legacy wasn't in fixing the past, but in building a present that honored it. What's your story? Have you lost a love to lies, fought to reclaim your truth? Share below. Let's create a space where regret becomes strength, where we find peace.